I want to move on to not only the war in Israel, but the situation happening in Washington. It's been almost 9 days since we had a Speaker of the House, Steve Scalise, inching one step closer yesterday. The question now, can he get to the magic number of 217 votes?
Yes, $1 million question. Joining us now for more is Wisconsin Congressman and retired Navy SEAL Derrick Van Orden. Sir, thanks for joining us. So the House taps Steve Scalise for House Speaker 113 to 99 over Jim Jordan. What happens next?
Well, hopefully the folks in the Republican conference adhere to their word and support the speaker designee that we elected, and that's Steve Scalise. Steve Scalise is going to make an outstanding Speaker of the House. These folks said that Kevin McCarthy wasn't conservative enough, and if they think Steve Scalise is not conservative enough, they don't know Steve Scalise. Jim Jordan, who is one of the most honorable men I've ever met in my entire life, and I told him that yesterday following the vote, he's endorsing Steve Scalise. So I'm not sure why these folks in my conference are not supporting him wholeheartedly. If the person that they think that they voted for, which was Jim Jordan, is endorsing Steve Scalise, by all means, they should also understand that if Jim respects him, we all should. And I certainly respect Steve Scalise tremendously. I want folks to remember that a Bernie Sanders supporter shot Steve Scalise in the femur during a baseball practice game, and he came back to the team. If that doesn't show dedication to the conservative cause, nothing does.
Yeah, that's a great point. George Santos, your colleague in the Republican conference, said this morning on Twitter that he is a no vote on Steve Scalise. You can only afford 4 defections, if I have the arithmetic right, to get to 217. There were 8 who ousted McCarthy last week. 2 are definite yeses for Scalise, Matt Gaetz and Tim Burchett. I have no idea how the other 6 are going to vote. Do you?
No, I don't. And, George Santos has some other things to worry about.
Yes, but he still has a vote.
I would encourage him to support Steve Scalise, as I will be doing. He is going to make an outstanding Speaker of the House. So the other 6 or 7 people that aren't on board with Steve, I don't understand what they want. He is a conservative warrior. And if that's what they wanted, they got the right guy. Jim Jordan also would have been a fantastic speaker, but he did not win the vote in conference, and he is endorsing Steve Scalise.
So recess, has been called, and so everyone's going to go back to their district this weekend. Why not just work? Why was this recess called? Why not just try and get things moving so they can get the vote and we can have a speaker?
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you what. Behind this pin, this is a congressional pin. There's a number. It says 431. There's 434 members in Congress. I'm actually senior to 3 of them. So when I told them before, let's not go home, you know what? I didn't win the vote. And if they expect me to go home this weekend, they're wrong.
Yeah.
So if that is the decision that has been made by the conference, I do not support it at all.
Well, I asked
I'm not
just
an
because
automaton, and we need to work through this problem set.
Sorry to cut you off there, sir. I asked just because it's a bad look for Republicans. We're in day number 9, and the longer this thing drags out, we all know what happened in Israel on Saturday. They need our help. Congress is not even at a standstill. It's frozen until we have a speaker. We had indications earlier this morning that maybe there will be a vote on the floor today that includes Democrats to try and get to 217. Are you hearing that as well?
Well, let me tell you this. Let's remember that 208 Democrats, every single Democrat that was physically present in the House of Representatives, voted to vacate the speakership, and 8 Republicans joined them. So if the Democrats truly want a functioning government and they want to make sure that we can provide assistance to Israel, which we have to, because Jews are being slaughtered like they haven't been since the Holocaust, and it's abhorrent. Yeah. So if these Democrats mean what they say, they've got all these support Israel signs outside of their offices. Yeah. If they mean what they say, they better get on board and vote for Steve Scalise and make him the Speaker of the House.
Great point.
And if you think that I think a bipartisanship is a bad thing, you're wrong.
Congressman,
this government needs to function collectively.
We appreciate you being with us, sir, and thank you so much for your service to our country, both in the service and now in Washington. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll keep an eye